One percenters, welcome back to 1424 basketball training, where the goal is to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. For those that are new, I'm Coach Tommy. I'm a former psychologist, now a fitness performance enhancement specialist, and a high school basketball coach. On this channel, I simplify life and basketball into three buckets: mind, body, craft. In today's teaching tape, we got the men's NCAA national championship game, Baylor and Gonzaga. So let's see what we can do to improve our minds today. So I watched this game yesterday, and definitely wasn't as exciting as the UCLA game. It was pretty much over in my eyes in the first few minutes after Baylor got up 9-0. They're just a superior athletic team at every important position, and it was going to be uphill for Gonzaga. From there, he can blow by anybody. Their two bigs were amazing. I rarely get excited over defense, but their two bigs were huge. If they didn't get into foul trouble, I mean, Baylor could have won by 30. Few little mistakes down the end, and Teague, he's not afraid. So they had three. I think Butler was the other guy. They had three pretty solid perimeter guys that could beat pretty much every Gonzaga guard. And Timmy was basically rendered useless because the Gonzaga guards weren't able to get him the ball in positions where he could be effective. So let's see what we can learn. I mean, big congratulations to Coach Scott Drew at Baylor and Mark Few. I mean, what an amazing team. Oh, Grant Hill putting in some teaching tape for you guys, right? So what do I always talk about? Going to open spots versus looking for open shots. I always talk about team movement versus I talk about team movement versus individual stuff, and I always talk about off ball, right, versus on ball. It's a lot easier to get open off the ball than on the ball. So simply stated, I mean, UCLA gave Baylor the blueprint. They exposed Gonzaga pretty bad, just isolating, keeping the game slow. And UCLA players are not nearly as good as Baylor. So even if UCLA played Baylor, they'd get spanked too. But Timmy has no chance against Donovan Mitchell over here. Like, no chance. So tons of space, right? As he takes the screen, he should be either helping, right? Even if they're in this little zone here, like, this is way too much space, right? He's respecting that speed, that blow by ability. And it was over, man. So they used a little bit of weave action before they set up their horn stuff. And then just like that, nobody on UCLA was this quick. So pretty crazy stuff. Ugh, that was filthy. When I saw that, I said it was over. That one. Skirt behind the back drag, two dribble behind the back drag on the left. This is very, very rare for a right-handed player to do this. I normally don't get super excited over a move like this, but it's very rare. Okay, so I will teach it to you. Quick rip, right? 2.5 drill, two dribbles or less, 0.5 seconds or less to make your decision. Caught it, swept right away, one dribble, boom. Behind the leg, look at the great angles on his body, okay? Behind the leg, underneath the leg drag, right? 1 foot here, floating the ball in one hand, replace. That is elite. He will break a ton of ankles with that move. This is better than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving can't do it this way. A lot of players cannot go this way. So this is so filthy. 1, 2, right? 1 foot on the left. He can, if he really wanted to, he could push here and he can get a 3, but he just simply replaces underneath his body, right? Point your skis in when I talk about skis, and when I go like through body mechanics and stuff, right? So point your skis so they're intersecting. right? He's elastic with it. He's off of the heels. I can go on and on about the efficiency, and you can see he is just a tier above athletically than anybody else, even above Jalen Suggs. Oh, nasty. That boy is nasty. I should probably remember his name. He was so good. Um, Look at this little. There's no way anybody can contest this. Both Baylor bigs are better than Riley at UCLA. I just had no chance to contain this guy. Little in and out, freeze him, hit the screen. Timmy's got no chance, right? So they try to double team him to put pressure. He bounds out to alleviate the pressure. Okay, easily could have looked here, right? He could have looked here and dropped this dime for a dunk. Okay. He's more of a scorer than a true playmaker. It looks like. Okay. Right here, he also could have quickly passed it into the big if he wanted to. He could have drove anything, but he's a shooter, right? This dude is more of a scorer. So anytime he gets it, he's trying to go to work. So number 12, I think that's Butler. And so you got Baylor dominating early 16-4, and then you got Gonzaga trying to run their stuff. I mean, this was probably one of the easiest plays. I mean, one of the easiest buckets that Gonzaga got. It was so tough for them to get by on the wings. They were throwing so many turnovers, so like not Gonzaga. This is where he gets a little bit out of control. I mean, he gets smacked. I mean, that's good defense. They get it back somehow. But the aggression from Baylor, they were diving, they were getting deflections, they were disrupting all kinds of timing like that. Like, these are not clean. These are so tough. This is not Gonzaga basketball. Usually, like, the cutting is happening, the movement is happening right here, right? 2 dribbles, right? Or 1 dribble behind the back. This is not a clean behind the back, so it's slow. He bobbles it, right? They recover. You got someone coming to help already. They're so quick. They're all over the place. He has to make a tough left step back. I mean, those aren't easy. Like, this is Baylor's shooter, and he's just working their bigs and their wings all the way out here. There's just so much space for Baylor to pick them apart, man. They were having trouble with 24, who's Baylor's shooter. They had no chance with with this dude. I was surprised that Timmy got this. Okay, they're not paying attention here, but this could have been a roll. Okay, someone could have came here, but also he could have also just went a little bit higher off the glass. He probably didn't respect the blocking ability of Timmy here. Went up a little bit casual with it. Look at the excitement. This is insane. This is a very tough shot to block. I mean, he did everything right, literally inside hand release, outside pass, right? Good pass, right on target, drops it with the inside hand release, 1 dribble, no slowing down, continues to left, right, jumping off, right? He's even trying to go side hand with the finish. Okay, the only thing he didn't do is probably try to throw it a little bit higher. But this is just such great defense, like good recognition here, right? This big is amazing right here. So he backpedals to take away the roller, right? Reads it. He's going up, makes the decision, and he meets it, right? He meets it at the top where he's going to release it. That was freaking amazing. Flo Famba rhymes with Mo Bamba. I was so surprised that was his name. Like, this is what UCLA did to Gonzaga. Or just isolated, found a weak guy and went at him. Here they go again. It's like, come on, you got no chance against me. Dance, dance, dance. Right, left, pull up. So, I mean, look at this pressure, ball pressure, ball pressure. Everything was hard. You know, missed bobble there. Nothing came really easy for Gonzaga, especially in the first half of the game. Jalen Suggs wasn't doing much. There he goes again. I mean, just one-on-one, shaking and baking, getting into the lane. Gonzaga was trying to push the pace. It's very hard to push the pace against a more athletic team, especially when they're disciplined and super athletic and committed on defense. These guys are helping, switching, recovering. Hands were up. You know, a few little breakdowns like that one, you can live with this. I mean, this is the highlights, but Gonzaga's up 20 here. Right, the rotation is pretty much there. I forgot his name. He did a good job of pushing this big to over rotate a little bit to open up that passing lane. But as I was watching this, I was just listening to the announcers, and the announcers seemed like they really wanted Gonzaga to win. I guess they wanted the story of Gonzaga going undefeated. But Baylor, man, they were dominant from the tip. Look how quick this foot replace is. Right, look how spread out this 2-3 zone is, right? So when I talk about weak spots on any defense, right, we talk about the nail, we talk about the two corners, and then the two wings, right? He has no chance of staying in front of him. So he knows that he can get anywhere on the court he wants. Anywhere on the court he wants. It's like you're in complete control. So he sets it up, right? Gets a little screen here. The guard has to pinch in to help, right? Contain that drive. And he spaces just enough, quick replace of the feet, right? This is good defense. That's contested, but when I always talk to guys about if you can catch it, you're open, you can shoot it. This is exactly what I need. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of space to shoot it, but he's prepped. In and out, all within rhythm. That's so impossible to guard. That's why I always talk about over dribbling, less dribbles. If you're over dribbling, you're going the wrong direction. This game is turning more and more into catch and shoot football and soccer than basketball, one-on-one stuff. This is 45 Donovan Mitchell trying to get cute. Like you're trying to get cute. Okay, a little bit too much here. This is 23, not understanding the windows. So he over rolls. So when he extends the play, he has to come back. Okay, and then he has to either shift up because now this becomes an easy steal. So he's got to come back up, or if he stays down there, he's got to fill into the gap, or he's got to get here or here. They all kind of stick there, and then that becomes an easy steal. So he's usually pretty good with the ball. I didn't see him make a lot of mistakes with all his dribbling and stuff. There it is again. I mean, 2-3 zone, right? So now they're here. Okay, you just rotate guys in and out to the nail. One guy cuts through. Okay, simple, right? As soon as he drops behind the vision of the top guards, okay, Jalen Suggs, he kind of sees him going back there. Okay, so now he doesn't know exactly where he's at. So when he catches only these three guys and this guy knows where he's at, right? He's locating him now, perfect little dump spot, right? Really, if he wanted to, he could fake down and throw a lob pass to this big, or do exactly what he did, was settle into the space, fade a little bit, and rise up to shoot. I mean, it was textbook picking apart a defense, man. Like, what are you going to do about that? Like, literally, what are you going to do about this? This guy is faster than you. He's going to get around you. This is like Steph Curry coming down on you, Damian Lillard coming down on you, Kevin Durant coming down on you and just hitting a pull-up three in your face, transition. Tough. Okay, there's no way Timmy's just going to, beat him like this. He's a great cut by Kispert. He's probably going to go to the NBA. He's like Joe Harris, Klay Thompson, JJ Redick. Like, so they're in this little zone. I wish they would have stayed in the man the whole time. So this is kind of ill-advised. Great cut. Okay. So if your guy, goes to double team, right, you have to expose him, and then he cut right to the open spot. So great read by Gonzaga. I mean, they're really intelligent, well coached. They're smart. They know what to do. It's just they weren't able to do it or do it very easily again. Right. So Gonzaga, they switched from a man-to-man because they realized they're getting smoked on every play. Right. So they're in this kind of a mismatch, kind of a 3-2, a hybrid 2-3, right? A matchup zone type of thing. But then again, the spots are always going to be the same when you're attacking any type of zone. If you're not in the corner, different color. If you're not in the corner, right, you should be in the short corner. If you're not in the corner, right, you got the nail and then the two wings. Okay, you got one guy at the top right now, so they're going to have to balance this out sometimes or somehow. So there they go, right? So he comes higher. It comes over there, right to the middle. So now they're much more balanced. You can go left, right, turn and shoot it if you want. You got that if you want, right? You can also just go this way. You can pass it or you can shoot it. It's just like way too easy. Like way too easy. So anytime you guys get it in the nail, right? Younger players will panic. They will think that all this help is going to come, and they think it's like 5 people. They got 10 eyes on him, right? So immediately 2.5 drill, pass, right? Drive left, right? Find the open space, or you always have room coming back. You want to have your options. You got to know your options before you even get there. Okay, it takes a little bit of poise and patience to figure that out. As you're learning, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. But here it goes. Looks okay, not there. I feel the pressure on this side, right? If I go this way, I'm probably going to run into space. I have a little bit of room here. I can easily go there, right? If I wanted to, I can attack this and then get these guys all to converge, and then this guy will be wide open. So takes a small little step back, reads the defense properly. So easy. Like when all you have to do is get this switch. UCLA, all they did was get these switches, right? And these guys are more athletic than the UCLA guys. So boom, get around him. All the help's got to come. You got the big back there waiting. He's a beat down, start to finish. I was hoping for a better game. I was hoping for Suggs to go crazy. He got excited over a couple plays, like trying to make a little comeback, and he's trying to get his team, pumped up. But like 34 right here, he's out of control. Like this is not under control. Like he's out of control, trying to force stuff. He makes a nice play out of it, but he's out of control. Oh, what is, and then a Yayi or whatever his name is didn't do too much. He looked like a god against UCLA. Like tween, right? Switch his feet, crossover, boom, skip, bop, Iverson cross, skip footwork. If they're making that one-on-one stuff, it's just so over. You have no chance. And then every now and then they do one of these. Look, catch, boom, replace, plant that right foot, just step right into it. No hesitation, no second thought. Yeesh. And then you got these guys. He's not there. The cuts are just slowly behind, thinking, right? You're gonna come here. Are you gonna come here? Right. So everything is just a tick behind. Right. Passes it off, and look how fast that dude recovers to it. Like he should have got that steal. I mean, oops. Baylor's defense was locked in. I mean, I always say offense always wins. But really, Baylor's defense was the big story, man. They just shut down Gonzaga. They shut down the team before. They shut down so many teams with their defense, and it was like demoralizing. Like this, he was trying to get guys hyped, but I've been on dominant teams, and when other players, the best player in the other team, they try to get excited. He's trying to get his team hyped up. But if I'm Baylor and I've been on the Baylor side, I just go up to my team like, is this fool joking? Like, let's turn it up even more. This dude actually believes they can win. So let's clamp up even more. Like Baylor, they let down like a tiny little bit. And then Gonzaga got back into it like a little bit, but then they never really gave up control. And this was probably the nicest move of the game for Gonzaga. Super assertive move here. Or 2 dribbles behind the back, smooth, doesn't bobble it, goes in there, power, stride, stop, pump fake, pivot. Normally, with more athletic guys, someone would have came around and pinned that thing. So after all these moves step through, if Baylor's big guys weren't in there, right here, if this was a big guy or if this was a bigger guy, this is more their weight, throw his body around his Draymond Green guy, or even here, they would have just pinned this. This is when the 2 bigs are out of the game. This is like, it's so easy, right? So here, this could have been an easy kick, and then a second kick, right? Decides to play with them, right? Sucked them out a little bit long, right? Pulls the ball back, and he knows he has to get it there fast. He rifles that thing in there. Sheesh. Like that's what Gonzaga wants to do, but that was very, very few and far between. Right, you get the switch again. Baylor's bigs are out of the way. Right, this is a terrible angle on a post entry pass. Gets it anyway because it's the guard against Timmy. So this is the difference between someone who's really athletic, right, who can just boom, shake, get to the spot, spin, versus what this guy did the other play, right? They're going all the way down, and then they're going to have to stride stop and then pivot, right? This was someone who's more athletic and just spin, get their foot, control, right? Turn around, realize the contact is coming, realize the help is coming. It's just a different level of athlete, man. You got to be a certain level of athleticism to get on the court to compete. Then you got to have skills to stay on the court. Like you could have a ton of skills and just be a lower level athlete, and you'll never win because the person above you will just out athlete you. Boom, catch and shoot. Everything was clicking. Get that weak stuff out of here. This is the type of stuff that you'll get in high school, college. You'll see this a lot in AAU. I was surprised by that block. That was such an amazing block by the shooter there. But you won't get this level of huge where the whole team is just a much higher level athlete than the other team in the NBA or in the pro levels. It's less of a variance. At the college level, you still get this wide variance. At high school level, it's like dramatic. The AAU level, it's even more dramatic. But as the cream rises to the top, right, all NBA players are really, really elite athletes. So there's different levels to the athleticism. It's crazy. People don't understand that. You got to see NBA players in real life up close to understand this against an average Joe computer desk jockey guy, regular fan that's just screaming and yelling at these athletes like, oh, you can't catch the ball, or oh, you're stupid, or how come you can't make a layup? You know, your average guy has no chance against, you know, any of these high school or not high school, any of these NBA athletes. They won't even stand a chance. Here's Donovan Mitchell again, just toying in and out. Boom, freeze you in and out again. Quick layup with the inside with the left. I mean, there was no chance. If you guys are thinking, oh, Gonzaga could have tried hard, that's like, this is super fundamental, right? Boom, pro hop through there. He can finish with his left hand, little Kyrie Irving action, little Kobe action. If you guys are thinking, oh, Gonzaga didn't try hard, you're crazy. If you think, you know, things like this, they could have done something more. Yeah, maybe they could have, you know, stayed with their game plan a little bit more. Maybe, you know, they could have switched to a zone earlier, but, you know, nothing against Gonzaga, nothing against the way Mark Fee coached those guys. Baylor was literally the better team in every facet. Well, wasn't as exciting national championship game, but Baylor definitely was the best team in the country, man. They just dominated start to finish. Congratulations to the Baylor Bears. Peace out, guys. And as always, remember to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better.